Now, one of the things I'd like to then ask you directly is, as a banker now, when you have a situation like that, and you heard Abriye Membere saying there that it is not possible that this kind of money would not have been remitted by us, because what has the government been using to run the economy? So when you look at that, because you're a banker,
yes,
if somebody is saying 49 billion of my money is missing and I'm still running my business, yes, as usual, and this is supposed to be 80 to 90% of, yes, my revenue, yes, annually, yes, where am I getting the money from?
Yeah, that's why it's incongruous to think that that kind of money is missing. But notwithstanding, we know in this system, I could be running my system on 40 billion when I could have gotten 80 billion. The very fact that government has been running does not preclude the possibility that some funding that anticipated hasn't come in. We know, I mean, so many things that ought to have been done that requires funding is not being done because we say we don't have money. The Minister of Finance has been saying in the last few months that government is not able to meet some commitments because we lack money. So the very fact that government is running does not is no reason not to check your books.
Okay, let's go back to Abriye Membere now, where we've got him back on the line. Mr. Membere, now we're still having this conversation here, and we're still very keen to find out if you are alluding or alleging that this money is not missing, and you're saying that the government will not be running if that amount of money was missing. Explain to us. We'd like Nigerians to know how much exactly did you make in 2012, January to December? How much was it, so that we have an idea of whether that amount of money could have been failed to be remitted?
Yeah, thank you very much. The line went up the first time, so I'm trying to get you back. I don't know because you're able to reach me. From the period in question, January 2012 to July 2013, NNPC remitted $18.48 billion to CBN. And after saying that, let me correct one made by the CBN law, that after efforts of reconciliation or frustration by CBN never ever contacted NNPC of missing non-receipt of funds for us to sit down and identify where the gaps are. Never. So it should not be that writing the letter to the presidency because of frustration. But what we had is that the gross revenue within the same period, based on our record, is about $67 billion. NNPC's portion of that remittance is 18.48, which was remitted. The bank mandates for the remittance of those funds to CBN are available for people to verify.
Okay, Mr. Membere, now I just want us to have some clarity on this. If you say that the revenue was about 67 billion and you remitted 18 billion, 18.48 billion to quote you precisely, the rest of the money, what happened to it?
The rest of the money is now within the mandate given to NNPC. That is one of the key areas where Zaka, who is a petroleum engineer and accountant, is also trying to put some clarity to. 67 billion, the responsibility is not 100% NNPC. NNPC has their own share, other government agencies that remit money to the Federation account, the NPDC, that is subsidiary of NNPC, also have a share of the 67 billion. So if you aggregate all, you will get 67 billion. However, NNPC's mandate for equity code lifting and putting the proceeds in the Federation account within the period January to July amounts to 18.48. That has been remitted. The bank mandates are there for us to defend any day, anytime.
Okay, let me ask you then, who will be responsible for ensuring that the subsidiaries, because you use the word subsidiaries of the NNPC, who will be responsible to ensure that they remit their own fund? You've remitted your 18.48 billion, and then the rest of the money has gone to your subsidiaries, and they've not probably, allegedly, not delivered this money to the Federation account, which is managed by the CBN.
Let me correct that. And also, when Zaka made this, when Zaka, the petroleum engineer, was talking, the subsidiary NPDC is like an operator like Shell. They have their own operations. Their liability to the Federation account is royalty and taxes. And NNPC is responsible for remitting the NPDC portion of the royalty and taxes to the Federation account. That is also done.
So that being the case, are you saying that the rest of the the rest of the 65 billion, which is take out the 18.48 billion, has gone to NPDC, and they have given you their own tax part of it or royalty part of it, and that forms the 18.48 billion. So what has happened to the rest of the money? I still haven't gotten an answer. Or is it that NPDC is using that to run their operations? That amount of money?
Yes, the answer is CBN has to look at all the accounts of all 33 agencies that are responsible, that have the mandate to pay the crude oil proceeds, either from equity crude, royalty crude, and cash crude. All different accounts that sum up to the 67 billion has to be reconciled to know where the 67 billion is domiciled. But for NNPC, their own portion of the equity crude has been remitted to the CBN account, which the CBN acknowledged, even though you say there's a variance in what they acknowledge versus what our records have. NNPC's mandate is completely met. The rest of it will be the royalty part, the tax associated with the crude oil listing. And that is not the responsibility or mandate of NNPC to account for.
Okay, that being the case then, when you look at the amount, again we keep asking the question, when you look at the amount, let's look at the previous years. How much was remitted by the NNPC and its subsidiaries to the CBN? In the previous year, 2010, 2011, how much? 2011, how much?
I don't have 2011 at the back of my hand here now. And that is the reference I was making. When I said, if you go to paragraph 7, where the CBN governor's letter indicated the percentage of the value of the equity crude remitted, which was 10.1, versus the 28 billion total revenue. It did the same thing for 2013 and averaged it to about 24%. But one thing that is very clear is that between 2012 and 2013, the consistency of 24% comes in terms of NNPC's remittance of equity crude. However, CBN did not tell us the absurd anomaly. That is to say, if you make the same reference to 2011, the percentage remitted based on equity crude is 30%, just for purposes of discussion. And now in 2012, I'm seeing 24. Then we can now say, where is the difference in terms of remittance? 2011, virtually CBN received all, so they didn't complain. 2010, they received all the resources, they didn't complain. But it is also clear that in that letter, they qualified NNPC's remittance in 2012 to be 10.15. Now, how come in 2012 or 2013 that number should change to 67? It is abnormal, completely abnormal.